All right, well, there's so much news to get to on this week's edition of Here's This, powered by TravelPulse.com. Now, Nikki, the TSA just released some data that on April 8th, there was a 96% drop in traffic passing through the TSA checkpoints. Just shy of 95,000 people actually went through, and that's a deficit of 2.3 million travelers from April 8th, 2019.
This is unbelievable and unprecedented in our lifetime. I mean, this is absolutely, it's crazy.
It really is crazy. And I mean, to think that only 95,000 people were flying around on Wednesday, and a year ago, 2.3 million people were. I'm happy to hear that some people are at least listening to the stay at home orders, but I'm also worried because there's a lot of people who aren't.
There's a lot of people who aren't, and I also think that we should really make this clear. Some of those flights are doctors, nurses,
True.
medics, EMTs,
Cargo.
specialized, professionals who are traveling around. So those numbers, while they are absolutely unbelievable, some of those flights are necessary. They're bringing supplies, they're bringing food, they're bringing relief to parts of the area. But if you cannot fly right now, please stay home.
I agree. Now, speaking of flying, Delta Airlines is telling their flight attendants who test positive for coronavirus not to tell their coworkers that they have tested positive. Now, the Huffington Post received an internal memo where they said, please refrain from notifying other crew members on your own because they want to be the ones to tell the flight attendants that you may have worked with someone who tested positive. Does that make any sense to you?
Nope. Here's the thing. We need to take care of our flight attendants. We need to take care of our professionals. We need to take care of each other. This is such an extraordinary time, and not communicating and keeping secrets and misinformation is just going to exacerbate this problem and make it go longer. None of us like being home, and if you're keeping secrets and not communicating, that's exactly what you're going to do, is just make this problem grow. So Delta, let's do better.
Yeah.
And I know it's not Delta who's not just doing that. It is a lot of corporations. So we need to treat each other. We just need to do better.
Well, it's funny because, Delta's slogan is keep climbing. And it's like, well, to what heights are you trying to strive and climb for if at the same time you're keeping people in the dark when their health is at risk?
Well, we always say we have got to take care of our flight attendants. They do so much for us. And if we're not taking care of our flight attendants, then no one is flying ever again. So let's do better.
I know. We have just about a minute left, but something I did want to ask you, since, and not like we don't talk outside of having cameras in front of our faces, but isn't it weird to you that we didn't have a whole nationwide lockdown to try to fix this situation? Like, they thought that, since Florida's locked down, or not locked down for that matter, but New York and DC are, don't worry, no one's going to go drive across the border. Like as if we were going to stop the spread with only certain states having regulations in place.
I know, and here's what the sneaky thing about this little bugger is that some people don't carry any symptoms, and it incubates in you for sometimes up to 2 weeks, so you don't know if you have this, and it manifests in everyone very differently.
Yeah.
So I think that if you're at a party, if a friend of mine went to a family birthday party, everybody got sick, but got sick 2-3 weeks later.
Yeah.
So I just think we all have to collectively, as a whole, again, communicate, make clear rules for everybody, because the longer we don't follow the rules, the longer we're going to have to be doing this.
I
And
agree.
no one likes this. So I feel like the sooner we stay home, the sooner we can get out of home.
I agree.